like, one more thing that I gotta get off my chest that happened that it was so stressful, and like I'm really having a hard time dealing with it. So like I need to share it with my people. Okay. So like I went back to the Whole Foods, and like I've been gone for a long time. Well, so like they totally like called the police, and a policeman like took me outside, and they're like, "We know that you stole like $10,000 worth of pajamas last year, and like we recognize you, and you're trespassed from the store. You can't come back or you'll go to jail." And like they didn't take me to jail or like give me a fine or actually like do much of anything. But like it was the most stressful experience that I've had like for a while. Like it was so scary. Like they had me stand there, and like the guy looked at my ID and then like went to his car and wrote down some stuff and then came back and gave me back my ID, and it was so traumatic. And I just don't know if I'm even like that was like last year. Like don't bring up last year. I'm like a different person every year. I'm a different person every month. And like why would they even like it's not okay to like judge people because of like what they did last year or like the year before. Like we're constantly evolving beings of light, and I don't understand like how people like just cuz like my flesh looks the same, like I could have like totally different entities like in my brain now than I ever did then. And like I like have evolved out of even like stealing pajamas on like bath soaps and all the like expensive things they have there, and like maybe now I'm like disciplined and awesome and I make my own money and I don't ever steal anything and I'm totally like a legit adult, and like they wouldn't know that, but like they trespass me anyway. So like how the heck am I supposed to get like the organic food I need, and like what happens now? Because like there's no other grocery stores that have the salt that I like. Like I only like to have like sun-dried sea salt that's still wet because it still has its magnesium and its minerals, and like very few other stores have it. And I don't know what to do because I cannot go back to regular salt that like is dry and comes out of the shaker that's like cheap salt. Like there's no way. Like I like the $30 salt and I'm not going back. And I can't go back. There's just I can't. I can't. Like if I have like GMOs or like glycophosphate high food, like I get so sick and like on the verge of death. And I'm like I can't let that happen to me. Like I'm too like sensitive, and I didn't mean to be like sensitive, but I was just like born like really sensitive. And like I just don't understand why people like don't see that and like want to help more. Like hello, like I'm barely hanging on here. Like I'm very sensitive and I feel everything that goes on around me. And like I only need like the best food and like the best like salts and supplements and things. And like if something touches my body that's like one of those regular products, I get very ill. I get very ill. And like do they want to see that happen to me? Like they want to see me ill or something? Like is that what their master plot is? Like they want to harm me? Because like look, I that was like last year. And yeah, I'm like a different person now. I've grown up a lot. And yeah, I see now that it's important that I pay for my own pajamas and that I don't steal like thousands of dollars worth of merchandise like from a fancy store. Like I know that now. But they don't even give me a chance. They just straight up trespass me because like I've got the same body. Like you don't know if I have the same mind. Like I could have a totally different mind. And just because like my fingerprints are the same and like my face looks the same, kind of like they're gonna like trespass me and tell me I can't come back or I'll go to jail. And like I know like if I went to jail, like yeah, they're gonna like feed me food and stuff, but jail is horrible. And I don't want to go to jail. So like I don't know what to do about this. But it was like so traumatic. Like I almost just like fell down and fainted because it was so traumatic. And like I don't really like police. Like they're all like in their uniform and they have a gun in their uniform. Like even if they don't take it out or like take the safety off, like they have a gun. Like they're standing there in front of me and they have a fucking gun. Like they could shoot somebody. That's like the scariest thing ever. Like I don't hang out with people that have guns and I don't have a gun, and like why would people walk around with guns? That's like the scariest fucking thing ever. Like what is this? Like the Civil War? Everyone had militias and guns and stuff. Like this is not my home. Like my home is gunless. And like where I want to be is like gun free. There's no way. Like people don't need weapons and guns and stuff. Like, why would you need that? Or tasers? Like, just talk to people and just like be cool and like, just like respect people's like light body. Like I felt very like my light body was not being respected. Like here, I'm like trying to open my heart chakra to you, and you're like bringing up what I did last year, or like with this other thing like last month. Like you don't have no idea like the lotus that is open inside of my heart and in my third eye since like last year. Like I'm a whole different person as far as my chakras since last year. And they don't even like try to take that into account. And I just think it's the most fucked up thing. Like hello, like I'm a different person, and like, no mud, no lotus, right? Like if it wasn't for that mud in my past, like I wouldn't have this big, beautiful lotus blossoming out of my heart, and I wouldn't know so much, If I hadn't like made mistakes, I wouldn't know so much and be so knowledgeable. And that's the thing, like they don't respect my knowledge at all. They don't respect my life experience. It's like, hello, look at this face. Look at me. Like I've been through a lot. And my life experience and my knowledge, like, really could use to be respected. Like, hello, Mr. Copper. Like, why don't you walk a mile in my shoes, right? Walk a mile in my shoes before you, like, take my ID and, like, go run it. And, like, talk to me about what's right and wrong. Like, walk a mile in these Louboutins. Like, you gotta work, Mr. Policeman. You gotta work. And you gotta understand that, like, I'm an amazing person. Like, no matter what happens and no matter what anyone says, like, I'm amazing and I know that, and my heart lotus knows it. And, like, I wish that the cops could know that too, but they're so, like, in 3D, like, they're such 3D dwellers with their guns and their cars and their little scanning machines for your IDs and stuff. Like, what is this, like, the devil taking over, like, 666 mark? Like, I have to have, like, an ID in order to, like, do things, and you're gonna look at my ID like some sort of microchip of the devil or something? Like, what are these people's agenda? That's my question. Like, why are they working for the devil? Basically, like, okay, Mr. Copper, like, I know you're Illuminati, and I don't like your uniform, and, like, I know who you're supporting and who you're working for, which is, like, all those pedophile bankers. And, like, I don't think this cop is, like, high enough in the Freemasons in order to be invited to the sex clubs. But still, like, he's got some serious, like, growing up to do. You know what I mean?